Hello guys, this is Xia, and this video we're gonna talk about o3c, something that you need to pay attention to. Anyway, just just for someone who considering buying o3c, or for someone who already bought o3c and they don't know how to set up all these parameters. And yeah, that's the guide. If you just watch my video, you are lucky, because in Chinese community, if we search for how do we set up the parameters for o3c, there's no fucking such fucking tutorial. And I do ask like a lot of people, I'm just, because I'm a Chinese guy, I'm inside the official group. I'm inside the Sale Device o3c fucking group with the developer of o3c. And I'm asking people, what parameters should I set? And they're like, you can just go with default. It's pretty cool. And also, if you do search for how do you modify your o3c, you're gonna get some result like, hey guys, I just got my new o3c and I'm super good at it. Shit. Yeah. I think you are just watching. The reason why you're watching my video, it is just because you're just stupid as I am, spending a month about how to use this keyboard and still don't know fucking how to use it. And lucky enough, I just find out how to use it. Yeah, so that's the reason why I'm sharing it to you guys. Anyway, if you are not stupid, then stop watching my video. Anyway, let's start it. So, unlucky enough, guys, this is Chinese Taobao, and I'm not gonna tell you guys how to buy this shit because this is not a tutorial for buying stuff, in any other country other than China, because I'm in China. Sorry, guys. Anyway, okay, there's mainly three different versions of o3c, which is the 3-key version and a 4-key version, which is called o3c++. And also there's a new released CM51. Okay, that's a lot of keys. And it's a little bit cheaper than 2 o3c++ because it's got like 8 keys for you to use. 8, like more than 8 keys, more than 8 booting keys. Yeah, and there are two different default switches that you can select. The first one is Gateron white switch. It says the pressing force, should I say that? Okay, the force, whatever. It's like around the 32 to 50. If you go look at the Gateron white magnet switch, and you'll find the official site is saying like this is like a 35, whatever. And yeah, it's pretty light, because for default mechanic switches, they're like, all of them are they're mostly 45. Yeah, so this one is pretty much a lot lighter. That's what you need to pay attention to. And also, I did ask a lot of people who bought o3c of these two kinds of switches. I'm like, hey guys, did you guys bought all of these switches, and how do they feel? And they're like, I bought this one feels good. And I bought this one feels good. So they're all stupid. They're not, none of these guys bought all of these, like the two different kinds of it and comparing them to each other. So they're useless. Anyway, I bought the white one. Okay. So now, before I talk about these stupid parameters, oh fuck, that's Chinese. Okay, before I talk about all of these stupid parameters, we are going to adjust, like there's like 6 of them, which is trigger, release, rapid range, which is 2 parameters here, like rapid trigger, like top range and whatever, like yes, the top and the bottom, and rapid trigger and rapid trigger release. Rapid trigger, what the fuck? Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna explain how wooden work in the first place. Like, yeah, if you go to the Woodin brand website, you're gonna see some pictures like this that totally, yeah, that's a very good pictures for explaining the difference between regular keyboard and Woodin ones. So a regular keyboard will activate at some fixed point here and will be released at another fixed point here. So the releasing point used to be like higher than the activate ones. Like that's what the most of the keyboards do. And for Woodin, what's the difference is if you are releasing if you're releasing as you press down, the point you press down counted as a active. Yeah, counted as a trigger. And as you're pressing down, when you release, that is counted as a release. But what does this stupid parameters do? Okay, I'll explain the whole thing here. Say, this is the top. This is the top of the keyboard pressing. This is the bottom. And for just normal keyboard, I mean, switch, I mean. So there should be like a specific point, fixed point, which is, oh, I should use a different color. Wait. So this is release, and the red is activate. So when you press, so say this is a graphic, like this is time, and this is how deep you press down. Depth, yeah. So if we press down like like this. Anyway, so if the activate is here and the release is here, so when you're pressing down, when it reaches the activate point here, it is counted as a what? It's counted as a trigger. Is it counted as a trigger? And when you are releasing here, is it counted as a release? You have to reach this point here. And after you release, okay, before the second trigger, you have to release. So after the release, when you're pressing down and reaches the trigger point here again, you're gonna get another trigger. And there another release, and there another trigger. Okay, that's very simple, right? So what is Woodin? Like inside this graphic here, it means when you're pressing down here, there the pressing here counted as a trigger. Then when you are released here, it is counted as a release. Then you're pressing down again here, it's counted as a press. And you're releasing here again. But that is like too sensitive, right? If you're actually playing the game, like we're not fucking God. We do have something like IRM. What?
Pulse.
Yeah, we do have something like a pulse. Yeah, so basically your hand's gonna shake. And even if you are like putting your finger on the keyboard, there's a little bit fucking shaking as well. So your hand's gonna shake here. So there's gonna be a lot of fucking trigger and release here. This is something that we don't want to see. So there we got two parameters to adjust, which is rapid trigger and rapid trigger release. Okay. So basically, these two parameters means. So say the default range of rapid trigger is 0.2 and the default for release is 0.4. That means if you're doing the rapid trigger, when you press down 0.2 millimeters, that's counted as a trigger here. The trigger is here. The what? The shit, that's the stupid translation. Fuck you, Google Translate. Anyway, only when you reaches here, it's counted as a trigger. And when you are releasing here, only you release for 0.4 here is counted as a release. When you reaches here, it's counted as a release. And when you press down again for 0.2, there, counted as a trigger. And we can do that thing like over and over again. Yeah, this is how voting works. But what does the stupid RT range means? Okay, RT range means inside RT range, we do have something like a rapid trigger thingy here. But outside the rapid trigger, we do have something else. Like yeah, something else is basically nothing. And what does the fucking trigger and release means? Yeah, they means the regular keyboard trigger and release here. So they're kind of separated. So the last 4 parameters, which is, oh shit, I should make a snapshot. Wait, guys. Shit, yeah, put it here. And I mean, oh shit, should I just make a copy? Good. Yeah, I should make a copy. There, stupid. So the RT range. So RT trigger and release is only activated inside the RT range. But the regular keyboard trigger and release is functioning for like all the time. Say, you don't need to like understand them right now. I'll just give you guys my default settings, and if you understand my default, my settings, and you are I'm pretty sure you're gonna understand all of this shit. My RT trigger range is from 0.5 here to very end, which is 0. Oh shit, is that not correct? No, it is fucking 3.9, right? Is it? Wait, this is the thing. Yeah, pretty sure it is 3.9 here. Okay. Shit, that's it. That's in Chinese. Wait, let me change it to English. Go back home language. English. Bottom keystroke. Yeah, there. The 2 parameters, which is what we're talking about, RT top and rapid trigger release. There's 6 stupid parameters. If you go inside one of these, you're gonna see my settings. And also, if you're pressing down the keys, you can look at you can look at the thingy that's shown here. Whatever, let's go back. And I believe that yeah, whatever. And my trigger here, it's set as there. I'm setting this to 3.995. It's just because this is the lowest we can get. And I'm setting to this like a 3.9. This is the same thing. When you're setting this to 3.95, you can't set this to this. So yeah, that's the reason why. That really doesn't matter, because you are setting this to all the way to the bottom. It's fine. And the release here, it's the top. It's 0.05. So what does this mean? This means when you are touching all the way fucking to the end, you're gonna get a, if you already released, if you reaches here, then you're gonna get a trigger. And if you released like all the way to there, that's a release, because that's like the lowest value you can set. That's like your hands are off the keyboard, so you're gonna get a release. The next time you press, you wanna like press down, right? So yeah, we need to release here. And the rapid trigger range is the green one. I already told you guys. So inside rapid trigger range, there are pressing down values, like rapid trigger, which is 0.6 for me, and the rapid trigger release is 1.0 for me. So that means, okay, I'm gonna explain this whole thing. First, there's a little place that has nothing at all. Like we don't have a rapid trigger right here. That's what we call a dead zone. And also there's a little bit depth zone as well, but that's just too small. We don't count that as a dead zone. So what's the parameters you need to adjust? Because this is just my recommendation. It's not gonna suit yourself. Everyone, I mean the one who's watching my video, you should look for the best parameters for yourself, and you should start with my parameters. Like the reason why I set this to 0.5 is when you put your finger on the fucking keyboard, you don't want like because your hands are shaking, because if you're nervous, then you got the fucking trigger here. Yeah, that's something what we don't want to see. So we're gonna set this value to like a little bit higher up, and the same for the rapid trigger here, and same goes with release. So say the way we pressing down the keyboard is like this. I think most people would do something like right? Wait, let's make this a little bit smaller. Most people would do something like this. That means you press all the way down to the bottom and then release. Maybe you even release like this, right? It's okay. And somebody would do something like this. That means you are over pressing the keys. That's totally okay. Okay. And somebody would do something like this. They're not pushing all the way to the bottom. And somebody would do something like this. They're not releasing all the way to the top. And for somebody like me, I'm a weird guy. I do something like this. So for somebody like me, we need to set this value to a little bit higher. So there's a way for doing the test. For somebody like me, I'm gonna be like I'm gonna hold my keys. Say there's a little bit slider. So I'm gonna press down and hold my finger here for a while. Yeah, but the truth is this line here is not gonna flap like that, because I'm just human. I do nervous, and my hands do shake because I have plus. I do have plus. So if my hands are fucking shaking, if that's like more than the default settings, the default release setting, do you remember that? Is 0.4. So if this is 0.4, when you reach this point, it's counted as a release. So if you are just like say you're doing a slider thingy, then boom, your slider just broke. What the fuck? Because the stupid release here. And also, if you're like holding your keys there and you're looking for another press here, and boom, there's a node, like they're stacking to each other, and you're like, you just pressed this one and you move to this position and you're waiting for the click, and boom, it clicked automatically. So it's like I did the approaching circle is there, I'm ready for it, and it's already a click. Then what happened? It is there. Yeah, there it clicked accidentally. And also, what's the interesting fact is when you're pressing down, actually your hand, your finger's gonna like release for a bit, then hold there. Yeah, that's what your finger is gonna do. So basically, the release range should be something like this. Yeah. Do you remember the default settings? Yeah, the default settings are here. They are very sensitive, I say. So if I said this, so we're not talking about the default settings. Never mind, that's my recommendation. So what you're gonna do is first you start with a very small number. I mean the red one. You start with a small number like 0. The default is 0.4, 0.2, right? You start with 0.2, and say if something like anticipate like a press, like what I just said here, like it just happened, and you're not actually doing the press. It is just the press thingy just happened. So that means your parameter is a little bit too sensitive. Set the value to a bit higher. Like you should also try higher numbers like 1.0 and 2.0 maybe. Something if you set this to a very high value, you really need to do this. Trust me, you really need to do this. You need to experience the two different kinds, which is too sensitive and not not too sensitive. So actually, if you set this to a very big value, you're gonna feel a latency. You're gonna feel a latency. It's like you feel the rhythm is right here. Then you click it, and then you click it's late because you thought like you press it all the way down to here, that would be a click, but actually you need to click here, so you clicked for a little bit late because you're setting this value too high. Anyway, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna find the a little bit range here, which is your like a comfortable limit here. In this range, you're not gonna get like the feeling of pressing too late, or like press something that you want to press. Yeah. Then basically you're gonna select some value in the middle of it. Don't select here because it's kind of like the limit, the edge of the limit. You don't want to do that. That's like putting some risk. You don't want to do that. Just select some value in the middle. So for me, yeah, for me it's 0.6. And release, you should test the same thing. Test when playing sliders. Okay. Next thing is what kind of map should you be trying when you're looking for a better parameter? I would say you should play some maps that you can have total control with. If you are a 4-star player, like you should looking for 3 and 2-star maps. And if you're a 3-star player, you should looking for 1 or 2-star maps, so and so on. If you're just a beginner, you should sort of all the difficulties and find the easiest one. Yeah. Okay. Or just use my settings because my settings okay. And but just don't stick to some fixed parameters. You're gonna adjust them. You have to adjust them. Okay. That's my parameters. So next I'm gonna explain the default parameters, which is pretty inhuman. Why am I saying the like default parameters inhuman? You will see. Wait. Let me delete all of this. Here. Okay. What is default parameter? We do have trigger here. Like there's 0.3, the trigger, and the release is here, 0.2. And there are rapid trigger range. Shit. Rapid trigger range. 0.5 to 3.8 says here. So this default parameter's got a little bit dozen right here. And the RT trigger thingy, the default is 0.2. And yeah, 0.4 here, which is a bigger value. Same. So something weird is about to happen using this stupid parameter. I'm gonna explain all of this stupid shit. Okay, first, if you press down, say, actually 0.3 millimeter is a very small value. If you actually did something like put your finger on the fucking keypad and you'll notice something like you just do something like this. This is also counted. Like I'm not even fucking using my force. I'm just using the what? Wait.
Inertia.
Yeah, I'm using my inertia. I'm just using my inertia, and that's counted as a hit. So we can do some insane shit like this. You just keep using the you just keep you just keep swinging your fingers in the air, and yeah, that's all. You can do stream on that. What the hell? Yeah, that's what we don't want to do. It's like you're doing something like da 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 da. Because this thing is super sensitive. Anyway, yeah. The second thing is, say you press down. Oh, there you press down there. This is counted as a trigger. Then what about the next trigger? That's a tricky question. If you go all the way up, yeah, there we got a trigger. And what if you continue pressing down? Say you are reaching the RT range and now you wanna release. What you're gonna do? You're gonna press like all the way down to 0.9, which is 0.4 plus 0.4. Okay, let's go down. There it's 0.4, and then we release here. We need to release to this position to count it as a release. And then after we released, if you need another like trigger, then you press down for 0.2 there 0.2. And now what you're gonna do, if you need a release, you can't go up 0.4 anymore because you're gonna need to, because the RT range is here. You need to go all the way to the top. So say you are here, and you want to release. Like you press down here. You press down here, and you want to release. You're gonna go all the way up. But if you press down like a little bit further, then you just need this much to count it as a release. So the releasing point is really weird if you are like holding your fingers there. Yeah, if you press just like if you just press your keyboard like this, you won't even notice. That's what most people do. But if you're kind of finger control player, you're gonna notice this weird fucking thing. Like you won't notice it because you don't even fucking know the thing exists if you look through all of these parameters thingy. Like I'm in the beginning and I'm like, hey guys, how should I modify my parameters? And they're like, default parameter is cool. And I do have a really good friend. He just bought o3c recently, and he's got a parameters of 0.4, and he sent the parameters to me. Yeah, he said, this parameter is good. You should use it. That's actually very good of him, because after that I noticed I actually need to modify and take all of these parameters seriously. And after that I got all of this shit. What the hell is the fucking default settings? Anyway, so when you press down all the way here, then you can function easily like normally. So something's fucking weird between these two points here, right? Like sometimes you need to press down or release more. Sometimes you don't. That's really weird. Like if you don't know this thing exists, that's killing you. Yeah. So yeah, you don't want to do something like that. Anyway, I think this is the end of the video. I hope you guys learned something, and I'm gonna make a short summary about the thing I just said. This video, I told you guys how to modify the parameters of your o3c, and don't use the stupid default o3c parameter settings, and you should use my default settings. You should adjust the given suggested parameters which is given by me, and you have to adjust for your own parameters by testing in game, playing easy maps. And also, if you didn't buy o3c yet, we don't have much suggestion advice for you. Sorry. You should just like buy different switches and try it on your own. There are like if you are, I don't know how people that's not China, how do you guys buy this shit? But whatever, maybe AliExpress. I don't know. You should buy like a little bit more magnet switches as well. Yeah, that's another thing. You should buy magnet switch instead of just the mechanic switch. Just don't get it wrong. And what else? Yeah, that's pretty much everything. I've been through like a very hard process to understand all of this, and I really do hope this video helped you guys. And see you, and goodbye.